Texas League Baseball is next. And good evening. We welcome you back to San Antonio, Texas. And it is Texas League Baseball here for the San Antonio Missions. Here's John Baker as we bring you tonight's Tuesday night broadcast. Well, thank you, Bob. Good evening, everybody. We welcome you into Texas League Baseball. It is the first game of our 6-game set between the visiting Wichita Wind Surge and your San Antonio Missions. We're going to say it's taco night here at the ballpark, and yes, get a coupon for free tacos courtesy of HEB. I'm going to say if Missions overturn a double play, you get 2 free tacos courtesy of Taco Bell, our proud sponsor, and also pretty good stuff. Missions continue the series tomorrow for Military Appreciation Night Wednesday as we honor our troopers in uniform, those that serve our communities, our firefighters, our police officers, all those that wear the uniform, and plus our military as well. Thursday is Flying Chocolates Night as we have Taco Bell Value Night. Friday, Flying Chocolates return one more time, taking on Wichita. And then Saturday night, post-game fireworks, and Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock, our last game of these two ball clubs as San Antonio and Wichita takes head-on a final game. Missions after this homestand, they'll head to Arkansas to take on the Arkansas Travelers there at All-American Ballpark. And then coming back home for a new homestand with 6 against the visiting Midland Rockhounds right after that. Go online now, samissions.com. Purchase and print your tickets from home. Also, follow us here on YouTube Live. You can download the app here or just watch us plainly on YouTube, and you are good to go. Well, anyway, I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. Bob, good to see you as always.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Well, what a time we had in Midland as we lost 4 of 6 out of pretty much what that homestand in Franco Park was. That was really something that we should have seen. Well, it was 11-2 on Tuesday, 4-3 for Midland. They won that one 3-2, a 1-run ball game, propelled the Rockhounds to the win. And then San Antonio coming back Friday with 15-1. And then Saturday, May 17th, was a 8-2 victory. And then Sunday was a final score of 8-7. Midland wins the finale of that 6-game set. Rockhounds are in Frisco tonight. So far, everything is going pretty good up there. And, yeah, so far we'll go ahead and give your ball clubs. Midland at Frisco, Wichita at San Antonio, Amarillo at Corpus Christi, Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, and Springfield at Tulsa. Evidently, Midland won against the Rough Riders this morning. Now they're 24-16 of the year. Arkansas winning a ball game against Northwest Arkansas. It is 22 even against Wichita and Arkansas. And so far, San Antonio trying to lower the playing field just a bit, but evidently they'll find a way to win this one or something else. But if Wichita loses, well, we'll see what happens. But San Antonio needs to get in there and try to get something going.
Yeah, I got to say, John, they really do.
And so far, it's been one of them things. Losing 4 at Midland, winning a Friday and Saturday game up in Midland, that was pretty something else, right, John? Yeah, it sure was. But anyway, we're going to see what happens tonight in this first game of 6 between Wichita and San Antonio, and we'll see how everything plays out. But in the meantime, we're going to cut our pregame show, and yes, we do have a lot of things going on. There has been a lot of outbreaks going on, tornado outbreak yesterday in Oklahoma, and boy, it was not a very good outbreak. Muskogee, Oklahoma was hit by tornadoes last night. 115 to 150,000 people are still without power tonight. So if you're watching us here on whether you got a backup generator or not, and you're watching the ball game, and so far it's not been a good couple of days, as severe weather going eastward. Well, the good news is that the tornadic activity is getting away from Oklahoma, so that's good for Tulsa and for Wichita, for everybody that's in the North Division. It's traveling eastward to the coast of the East United States, and I gotta say, it's getting pretty ugly out there. I mean, tornado warnings, tornado watches, a lot of damage, but still a lot of cleaning up to do out there in Muskogee. And for the towns in Oklahoma that got hit yesterday, they got hit by those tornadoes. And so far, we just have to keep everybody in prayer. On behalf of minor league baseball and the San Antonio Missions and all teams in the Texas League, we just want to just send our prayers and our thoughts to those that have been impacted by the severest storms. I mean, if you lost loved ones, we pray that God will keep y'all in comfort and know that He is always with us through the difficult times. But anyway, for my friend of 13 years, Duncan Ray, and his family, they have survived the tornado, and I got to say, pretty good about that. But still without power, and they're in a threat of losing a lot of food, everything that they bought at the grocery store is going to ruin because there is no electricity. And so far, they say that the electricity will be back on tomorrow night at 10 p.m., which that's going to be a long time. I mean, everything is just might as well spoiled. But anyway, what a night it's been last night. I mean, I just feel concerned for my friends, and unknowingly, they were in the path of that storm. I mean, there's a lot of people being impacted by this tornado outbreak. And so far, for those that live in Alabama tonight, if you are listening to us, we want to make sure that you are staying aware and being weather ready, which y'all should be, because it means a lot that everybody stays safe during these tornado outbreak storms. Tornadic thunderstorms continue. I mean, into tonight, into tomorrow for Alabama, and going eastward to the east side of the United States, which apparently tornado activity will cease after that. But threats of a new severe outbreak, I mean, it's going to come. I mean, I think it is. I mean, I'm not really sure, but Bob, I sense something, and it's brewing up. I could sense it. Oh yeah, I could tell you're very sincere in your words, John. And so far, we hope and pray that things will hopefully
not be bad if there is another outbreak. But anyway, we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, we need to get into our baseball game. And so far, John, you got this, and just keep your head up. And for all your friends out there that are listening, just stay in the faith. Things will get better. The best is yet to come. Just keep the faith. Yes, Bob. Thank you. Well, anyway, we're about ready to get things started for this first game against the Wichita Wind Surge, the Double-A affiliation of the Minnesota Twins that are coming here. And so far, we're just super excited. Well, anyway, we'll be right back. This one brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides, our proud sponsor. And also, our San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo is also our secondary proud sponsor. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, anyway, we're about ready to go in just a little bit. And we'll be right back here on Missions Baseball. Well, got to say, we are joined live here at Wolf Stadium as we get set for this one. Beautiful night. And yes, we are set to go with San Antonio taking the field to take on Wichita this evening. And our starter on the mound is Ryan Bergert. What do we know, Bob? Well, he's got a four-seam, a slider, a changeup, a two-seam, and a sweeper. But it's pretty good as he comes on the hill for San Antonio this evening. Well, moments away from our first pitch of the ball game. And here is Alan Serta, the center fielder for Wichita. And we are about ready to go here on this Tuesday night. Here's the first pitch. And that one is lofted in the air. Right fielder Campbell sprinting after it. And he's got it for one away. With that, let's give the visiting Wichita lineup. Serta, Keishel, Sabato will be the leadoff three. Showbell, Jenkins, and Schofield be the middle three. DeAndre, Cosetti, and Fetko will round it off for the Wichita Wind Surge here this evening. Luke Keishaw coming in, the second baseman for the Wichita Wind Surge. And here's the pitch. That one is inside for a taken strike. And it's 0-1. So Midland wins a game. Arkansas wins a game. They played during the afternoons of their afternoon openers. No balls and two strikes to Keyshaw. And here's the 0-2. That one is popped foul, and it still holds 0-2. What a great crowd we have here this evening. And Wichita fans watching all the way from Wichita. Got fans watching from Wichita. Welcome, Twistertown, Wichita. And that is right there. Liner straight away left, and that's a base hit. Boy, Fabian right in front of him, and boy, I tell you what, just really gets after it. Aaron Sabato coming in, as that's a powered in four-seam fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. Boy, averaging at .599 over 700.
Here's the 0-1, and that is Southside 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sabato. And here's the pitch. That's in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Boy, a double play possibility if he grounds into a double play and hits that one out of play, foul. And the count now 1-2, still hanging on. Here's the pitch, and that is foul. So a souvenir for somebody out there. And the pitch. That one again slices out and foul. Amarillo at Corpus Christi. Springfield at Tulsa. And yes, we have Wichita in San Antonio. That is pretty nice. That one is right there. And that'll get down a base hit. Boy, shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries tried to get in there. And evidently could not catch up to it. Here is Tanner Schobel, as he takes a strike inside. It's 0-1. First and second. Schobel coming up to the plate for Wichita. No balls, 1 strike, 1 away, 2-1 for the Wind Surge. And that is taken in for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one high pop-up right there in foul ground. Castagnon gets under it and makes the play for out number 2. So wasted opportunity right there, as that will bring up right fielder Walker Jenkins. Jenkins coming up now for Wichita. And the pitch. That one is high fly in the air up to right field. Mears gets after it, and that's the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for the Wichita Wind Surge. We now head to the bottom of the first inning. No score through the top half of 1. Well, back here is San Antonio coming to bat right after these messages.
Bottom half of the first inning for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, our right-hander, Trent Baker, coming out. And what do we know, Bob? Boy, I gotta say, John, he's got the same name as you. Ha ha! Very funny. Four-seam fastball, change-up slider, and a two-seam fastball. And gotta say, pretty good on that. Trent Baker now pitching for Wichita as a left fielder. Albert Fabian joins in. As we're about set to go for the bottom of the first for San Antonio. Here's the pitch. That one high and outside. Ball one.
One ball, no strikes.
Yeah, Bob, you're absolutely right. This guy does have my last name. And it's really good. Yeah, I guess you have a lot of cousins around. Yeah, maybe. Two balls, no strikes. Well, a beautiful night here in San Antonio, our home ballpark. That one is sliced foul. The count now 2-1. Two balls, one strike. The left fielder, Albert Fabian. That one is right there and caught by the shortstop for the out. And there's one down. With that, let's give the starting lineups for the San Antonio Missions this evening. Fabian Salas Mears would be the leadoff three. Castanon, Campbell, Roederer, middle. Rojas, Adeno, and DeVries round out the batting order for San Antonio here this evening. The catcher, Ethan Salas, coming in now, is ready to go. And the pitch. That one is high, pop up right there into left field. That's foul. Bottom of one, no score here in this one. One away, nobody on for San Antonio here in this half inning. That one's down and in, 1-1. We've got a great crowd tonight of people, right, Bob? Yeah, we do, John. It's really good. Here's a 1-1. That one right there, that's a ground hopper to shortstop, and now throw to first. Plenty of time to spare as that's caught for route number 2. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Joshua Mears. Mears coming in from center. And the pitch. That one's right there. Ground hop to third. Throw across, and that ends the inning. A 1-2-3. No runs, hits, or errors. No one on for San Antonio as we head now to the second inning. And it's no score through 1 here at the Wolf. We're back as Dalton Schofield will lead it off for the second inning for Wichita when we come back. And it's no score through 1. All right, here we go for the top of the second inning for Wichita. Right now, the Mission's Baseball Network. Dalton Schofield coming in as we lead off the second inning for the Wind Surge. Ryan Berger stepping up now as he's starting inning number 2 on the hill for San Antonio. That's a powered in fastball. In for a strike, and it's 0-1. Here's the pitch to him, and that one is high. Pop up right there out of play. And it's the count now 0-2. Wichita in their road grays, Mission's home white uniforms. And that's a swing and a miss. Boy, got him down. And that is out number 1.
Danny DeAndrade.
Boy, what a great powered in fastball. And yeah, he missed it 100% by the show of our camera. Here is Danny DeAndrade, and yes, we remember him from back when he first got assigned to the Wichita Wind Surge. Today playing shortstop is Danny DeAndrade. He was handpicked during 2022 for the Minnesota Twins. Here's the pitch. That one is back up the middle, and Andrade's got one. Boy, good old Danny. He really powered that one up the center. Here is Andrew Cossetti. Cossetti coming in and powers that one over a foul ball. And the count now 0-1. 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the second inning for Wichita. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, get him fooled on that fastball for a strike. So 0-2 the count now by Ryan Berger. Boy, 24 pitches already into this ball game as a starting pitcher. No balls, 2 strikes to Cassetti. That one is high pop up. And that'll bounce the bleachers over there. And still hanging on at 0-2. Here's the 0-2. That one high pop up right there. Campbell getting after it. Makes a play in foul grounds. And that is out number 2 in foul territory. So Concetti is down, retired. Here's the left fielder, Kyler Fetko. Fetko coming in, ready to go. Bats a 400 over a 440. He's had 7 home runs and 22 RBIs. That's a swing and a miss right there. The count now 0-1. The 0-1. And that's inside for a strike. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him right there. A 1-2-3 inning, but no runs on a hit, no errors. 1 left on. We're 2.5, and no score through 2.5. Bottom of 2 coming up when we come back. First baseman Marcos Castañon coming up for San Antonio when we come back. All right, leading off the bottom of the second inning for San Antonio, first baseman Marcos Castañon. Thank you, Bob, and we're set to go. Bottom of two. Castañon to the plate for San Antonio. And the pitch. That one is high pop up right there, and that's up to the right field area. And that's caught by the right fielder for out number one. Right fielder Jacob Campbell coming in. And the pitch. That one is right there. Liner straight away, right center field. That's a base hit, a one-out single. And San Antonio now in the hit column. Now they got to get into the objective of getting into the run column. Yeah, I got to say, John, they really got to do that. And Cole Roederer could be the next guy up to do the damage here. Here's the pitch. That one's down and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes to him. The 1 ball, no strikes. 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of 2 for San Antonio. That one's going to be high, lifted up there, up the right field, and that's caught for the out. Boy, wasted opportunity right there as they try to get something going. Here's third baseman Yendry Rojas. Rojas coming in, ready to go. And the pitch. Fouled off. And he'll try to see another. And the pitch. Again, fouls that one off. Same exact area. And the pitch. That's high pop up right there. Up to left field. And that is out number 3. No runs on a hit. No errors. 1 left on for San Antonio. 2 innings done. And it's still scoreless through 2. On now to the third for Wichita when we come back as Alan Serta will lead it off for the Wind Surge in the third.
Top of the third inning for Wichita right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Alan Serta coming in now as they're set to go top of 3 here on this evening. Here's a pitch. That's inside for a strike, and it's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike to Serta, as we're now in the third inning for Wichita. That one right there out of play, and it goes foul. So the count now 0-2. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss. Get him down, and there's a punch out. Go backwards K for the third strikeout.
The second baseman moves.
And there is 1 away in the top of the third inning. In now is Luke Kearshaw. Kearshaw coming in, ready to go. Here's the pitch to him. Is in for a strike. And it's 0-1. I'll tell you one thing, a pretty good ball game here today. Still no score as we played 2 innings already. Third inning underway. And that one is lifted high in the air up to right field. Campbell gets under and makes the play for out number 2.
The first baseman, number 19, Aaron Sabato.
Aaron Sabato, the first baseman for Wichita, comes in as 1 for 1, a single. And it's ready to go. Here's the pitch to him. Is taken in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, I tell you one thing that, Amarillo, Corpus Christi leads 3-1 there at Bayfront Park. They lead the Sod Poodles right there, and that's going to be out and no, not in time, as the third baseman may get an error on him. But that will definitely go down as an infield base hit. Here's the pitch. That's down and in. 1 ball, no strikes to Tanner Schobel. Schobel playing the hot corner third base area for Wichita. It's really good here tonight. And is taken in for a strike as he powers that one in there. Springfield leading the top of the 4th inning with 3-0 against their neighbor team, Tulsa. Pretty nice. That one right there hit the Castañon, and he steps on the bag. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left as we're 3.5 here this evening, and still no score. So we're back here for the bottom of the third when Norwillian Cedeno will lead it off for the San Antonio Missions. We're back right after this, but now we get some Texas League scores. Final score today in Frisco, Texas. Midland taking game 1. Final score 12-3. The Rockhounds, 12 runs on 15 hits and no errors. So for Frisco, 3 runs, 7 hits, and 3 errors. Arkansas winning 10 runs on 17 hits, no errors. And so far for the Northwest Arkansas Naturals, 3-9-2. And so far, those are 4 ball clubs that played baseball this afternoon. Well, we have the final 6 teams playing in tonight's games, which that is also pretty good as well. Corpus Christi leading 3-1 against Amarillo. They're top of the 7th inning right now. And so far, pretty good on that. 4-0 Springfield there in Tulsa. It's no score here in San Antonio. And so far, pretty good on that as well. Well, we'll be right back with our commercial messages right here on San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Well, leading off the bottom of the third for San Antonio, here is Norwillian Cedeno. Take it away, John. Thank you, Bob. And about ready to start the bottom half of the third inning. Four-seam fastball is fired in for a strike by Trent Baker. And the count now 0-1. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. The changeup gets him out full.
0-2.
And it's the count now 0-2. That one's slow roller to the second baseman. Fires to first, and there's one down.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 94.
And here is the shortstop, Leodalis DeVries, as he comes in and ready to go here in this one. And the pitch. That one hits him. Ouch. And there's no play. And so far, that'll be an infield base hit. And that'll bring in Albert Fabian. We'll go back to the top of the San Antonio lineup. That one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Line out 0 for 1 tonight for the left fielder for San Antonio. Oh, pretty good right there. Here's the pitch. That one is high popper. Right there, tags him out. Just apply the tag. That's the easy trick in the book, is catch the batter, and he's out. So 2 down, runner in scoring position at second. Here's catcher Ethan Salas as he gets ready to come on in. And a pitch. That one is high in the air up to right field. The right fielder has it, and that's the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left for San Antonio. We head to the 4th inning. 3 innings, no score. Top of 4 coming up right after these commercial messages as Walker Jenkins will lead it off for Wichita when we come back.
Top of the fourth inning for Wichita right now, the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Walker Jenkins coming in now for the wind surge. Still a tight ball game in this one. The slider is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Going to see a pretty good evening thus far, and not a lot of clouds as we seen last week up in Midland. But evidently we saw a lot of beautiful clouds up in Midland. Here's a 1-1. That one driven up nicely. That's up to right field for a base hit. Boy, just comes on in and sees the first pitch he sees. And that'll bring up Dalton Schofield. Coming in, Taco Bell double play. Give you 2 free tacos. Courtesy of any Missions double play. So far, pretty good on that if you do get into those. And the pitch. That's down and in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Boy, just still a lot of good things to come if they ground into this double play. And the pitch. That is right there. Liner, straight away right. That's a fair ball. Going to first, going to second, going to second, going to third. Third going home. And he's in to score. And Wichita scores first. It's now Wichita 1, San Antonio nothing. RBI double by Dalton Schofield. And that'll bring up Danny DeAndre coming in. As he takes a changeup inside for strike 1. And it's 0-1 to him. 1 for 1, a single by the shortstop for Wichita. Here's the 0-1, and that's inside for a taken strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss, and he'll go down on strikes. Altrade retired here in the top of the 4th. That'll bring in Andrew Cosetti. Flight out 0 for 1 here this evening. 1-0 Wichita in the top of the 4th inning for the wind surge. The 1 ball and no strikes to Cosetti. That's a swing and a miss, and the count now 1-1. Wichita last homestand was taking on the Arkansas Travelers there at All-American Ballpark, and that's right there, swing and a miss, and the count now 1-2. Here's the pitch. That is fouled off and still hanging on. Nope. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And that's another strikeout. 5th in a row for San Antonio, Ryan Berger. Here's Kyler Fetko. Fetko coming in 0 for 1, a strikeout last time up. That's a swing and a miss as he jumps after that one. And the count now 0-1. Here's the pitch, and that's going to get away. And they're going to cover the home plate area, and that's going to be the wild pitch, moving the runner up to third. It's now the 2nd run for Wichita, only 90 feet away. Betko coming in. He's going to ground ball right there to Cedeno to Castañon, and that ends the inning. But Dalton Schofield will have, and boy, he got that. And we now head to the bottom of the 4th. Wichita leads it 1-0. Center fielder Joshua Mears coming in for the San Antonio Missions when we come back. About ready for the bottom of the fourth for San Antonio, right now in the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Wichita leads this ball game. It's 1-0 here as we lead off the bottom of the fourth inning for the San Antonio Missions. Center fielder Joshua Mears strides up next for the San Antonio boys. 3-4-5 in this one. That one's the line drive. That's a base. Looked like a base hit, but nope, it'll be a snuffed out hit on that one. And
The first baseman,
that is out number one quickly in the bottom of four. First baseman is Marcos Castañon. A lot of time for San Antonio to come back and get a run, or a few more to have a pretty good evening. Losing the last one on a Sunday afternoon there in Midland. And gotta say, that's just rough around the edges. They were tied at 7-7, but all-knowingly, Midland walked it off in the bottom half of the 10th inning. Here's the 0-2. That one right there, a ground hopper, right to third, right to first, and that's plenty of time. There's two down. So still a 1-0 lead for Wichita. Right fielder Jacob Campbell coming in now. These boys coming to San Antonio 6 times, and we'll say this, their 6-game road series here in San Antonio, and that's pretty good. Bad thing about it, Tulsa and Arkansas don't come here, which that's pretty upsetting. That's a slow roller right there to first. Plenty of time, and that will do it. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for San Antonio. We're on now to the 5th inning. Wichita leads this one 1-0. We go to the top of the 5th as Alan Serta comes in. They'll lead it off for the Wind Surge. We're back after this. This one brought to you in part by our friends there at West Creek Trail Rides, our proud sponsor. And Bob, take it away on that special promotion.
Well, I got to say, John, Tuesday through Sunday, in this one, we pretty much have horseback riding. And if you love horses and love horseback riding, visit westcreektrailrides.com and book your online appointment today. Get the great feel of the outdoors. And yeah, you'd be pretty surprised at how much these horses do for a lot of us. We are super proud of them, and they are family here in West Creek. That is right, Bob, and West Creek Trail Rides is proud sponsor of San Antonio Missions Baseball and also our San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. Make sure you get your tickets for opening day 2026, starting the first day of February. You can get your tickets now at San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo.com here in San Antonio. So we'll be right back right after our proud sponsors of Whataburger and Henry's Puffy Tacos. Baseball Network. Alan Serta leading it off for Wichita. 1, 2, and 3. Due up top of 5 here in this one. The pitch, high fly in the air. And that one is out of play for the count now, 0-1. Wichita wins surge 1, San Antonio 0, top of 5. If you're listening to us here on YouTube Live, we're glad that you're coming in. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're live tonight through Sunday. And then we're off to Arkansas right after that. So join us there at All-American Ballpark in Little Rock, Arkansas. North Little Rock. That one is high in the air, and that account now 2-2. Here's a 2-2. That one outside, full count at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Luke Kershaw is on deck now for Wichita. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and down he goes, Serta. 6 strikeout for San Antonio, 4 more until you get that free breakfast on a bun courtesy of Whataburger. Luke Kershaw coming in. And the pitch is in, the slider, and the count now 0-1. Got a beautiful sunset coming about. Say, I wish we had some clouds, but evidently we do not have clouds. It's clear skies through the evening. 57 strikes, 8 balls, a total of 65 for the starter, Ryan Bergert. And the pitch. That one is a liner, straightaway center. That's through for a base hit. Boy, 1 away and 1 on as Kershaw gets on base. Aaron Sabato coming in. Swings and misses. And the count now is 0-1. 2 for 2, 2 singles here tonight. So pretty good on that. Here's the 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. You know, evidently, a lot of people in Oklahoma are without power due to the severe weather that they got Monday night. And yes, that will be May 19th, I would say. Boy, Springfield, Tulsa, they really got those storms. I mean, severe weather damage like nothing else. Here's a 1-2. That one right there in the count now still holding at 1-2. Now, we'll say those storms stretching from Wichita, Kansas, all the way to Wichita. Tornado watches were issued. Big, strong phalanx. And boy, the phalanx was big. The storm was big. There's 2 down. Third baseman Tanner Schobel coming in. 0 for 2. Pop out and a ground out. That one is high, pop up right there. And that's going to get through for a base hit. So 2 on for Wichita.
The batter, the right fielder, Walker Jenkins.
And that'll bring up Walker Jenkins. Jenkins coming in, ready to go. And the pitch. That one's going to be right there. DeVries stops it, throws it down, and that is the final out. So they will not get any more. So no runs on 2 hits. No errors, 2 left on for Wichita. 5.5. Wichita leads it 1-0. We're back. Here's the designated hitter. Cole Roederer will lead us off in the bottom of 5 when we come back.
About set to go for the bottom half of the fifth inning for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Bob, you're supposed to turn that thing down. Oops, sorry. Well, here is Cole Roederer as we lead it off the bottom of 5. And the pitch. That one is a slow roller, headed to second to first, and they get him. Plenty of time for out number 1.
Now batting, the third baseman, Gendry Rojas.
Third baseman, Gendry Rojas. Tying run coming up now to the plate for the San Antonio Missions. And the pitch. That one is high fly in the air, out of play. And that will bounce to the stands as that would be a free souvenir for anybody. Boy, beautiful night for baseball, right, Bob? Gotta say, John, absolutely right. Always. That's a ground hopper right there. They get him by a footstep, out number 2. Plenty of room to spare. And that's 2 up, 2 down for San Antonio. Here's second baseman Nerwillian Cedeno. Cedeno coming in, ready to go here this evening. And the pitch. That one is inside for a strike. And it's 0-1. The pitch. That one's right there. Slow roller to second and first. And that is 3 quick outs. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for San Antonio. 5 innings complete. Wichita leads it 1-0. Dalton Schofield will lead it off in the 6th inning for Wichita. Back after this. Now set to go for the sixth inning for Wichita, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Dalton Sheffield coming in for Wichita. Still a 1-0 ball game. Wichita been leading this game since the very beginning. That's pretty good. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it is. Here's the pitch. That one is high fly in the air. Up to left field. Fabian has it. Calls off center fielder Mears. And that is out number one. Here is Danny DeAndrade, the shortstop for Wichita. You know, and he's been on the Wind Surge AA team since 2022. Can you believe that, Bob? Yeah, I got to say, John, he really has been up in AA for the past 3 seasons. Yeah, I got to say, this is his 3rd season in AA Wichita, which that's pretty good. I mean, to being on the Wind Surge, you know, he still has to get in and try to get something going. Well, a base hit gets in, and Andrade is on base now. Boy, 78 pitches for Ryan Burgert as he hits that one high fly and foul. And the count now 0-1 to Andrew Cossetti. Cossetti coming in ready to go here in this half inning. Top of the 6th inning for Wichita. That is a swing and a miss, and the count now 0-2. Well, the Storm Chasers look like they've called off for the night. Thus far, Reed Timmer and his gang will be back at it probably tomorrow or the next day or so. That one's going to be hard hit right there. And Campbell will go after that one in right field, as that would be out number 2. Rossetti is out, and so far pretty good on that one. Here is left fielder Kyler Fedko. 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out. Boy, Wichita looking pretty good in their road gray jerseys. They are far from home. About 10 hours from San Antonio. Go through Dallas, then go through Oklahoma City. Go through Enid, which I think they go through. But anyway, they head north to their home in Wichita, Kansas.
The center fielder, Alan Serta.
Well, that'll bring up Alan Serta as we go back to the top of the Wichita lineup. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a flyout for Wichita. 1-0, 2-1, 2 out. And we're going to have some time called, as that will pretty much do for Ryan Burgert, as he gets the visit to the mound. And this one brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides for the mound visit. So far, he did pretty good. Boy, 6 strikeouts for him here tonight. Now pitching for San Antonio is a left-hander, Omar Cruz. A 4-seam curveball changeup and a 2-seamer comes in for the San Antonio Missions. Cruz now pitching for San Antonio. I say again, Alan Serta will meet him face-to-face. He's got a 2-1 objective right there, and he's going to throw to first to Castanon. They get him down. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 left on for Wichita, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. A tightrope out of danger. So Leo Dallas DeVries will come in as we head to the bottom of 6 when we come back. Well, we lead it off to the bottom half of the sixth inning as shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries leads it off for San Antonio. Take it away, John. Thank you, Bob. And got to say, a big scoreless ball game for San Antonio here in this one. And the pitch is a swing and a miss, a slider. Boy, he is getting fooled for that one. And the count now 0-1. That one down and outside, 1-1. I've seen a lot of failed plate discipline, Bob. Yeah, I got to say, John, I have seen that as well, too. A lot of 3-up, 3-down innings for San Antonio. Boy, their routes are not being well consumed. But evidently, they should try to play stationary to stationary. And that is strike 3 swinging as Leo Dallas DeVries gets struck out.
The left fielder, number 30, Albert.
Boy, Baker really went after this guy, and here's the next batter up. Leadoff man for San Antonio is Albert Fabian. Well, it looks like San Antonio riding the Wild Bronc tonight. And yes, the Wild Bronc is the wild horse. The left fielder, Albert Fabian, coming in. And the pitch. Did he go? No, he did not. So that's a count now, 1-1. Baker doing really well. 39 pitches for his start on the hill for Wichita. That one is a high pop-up up the left field. The left fielder will bring it down, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher, Ethan.
The catcher is Ethan Salas. He's 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Wichita 1, San Antonio nothing. Bottom of 6. That one's going to be getting through for a base hit. And there he goes. He gets on base. And sneaks past the first baseman, second baseman. And so far, pretty good on that. Now all they have to do is get something going. Yeah, they sure do, John. They really need to think about getting those base hits and getting some home runs in before it's too late. Yeah, that's for sure. Joshua Mears coming in. He hits that one high in the air up the center, and that will pretty much do it. No runs on a hit, no errors, and one left on for San Antonio. 7th inning coming up. Wichita leads it 1-0. Luke Kearshaw coming in as he'll take on the 7th inning in the leadoff position. And we'll be right back. Wichita 1, San Antonio nothing.
Now set to go for the seventh inning for Wichita, right now the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Luke Kearshaw coming in as we start up the seventh inning. San Antonio now down to their final 9 outs of this Tuesday night. It's taken in for a taken strike, and it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That one high pop up right behind the backstop. Salas will make the play, and that is out number 1.
The first baseman, Aaron Sabato.
Aaron Sabato coming in. He's 2 for 3 and 2 singles in this game. Wichita leading 1-0 against San Antonio. The Missions trailing just a lone RBI. That one hit to Rojas and gives it to Castellon. Third baseman is Tanner Schobel. Yes, he comes in ready to go. And the pitch. That's in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Don't forget Military Appreciation Night Wednesday. Starting with Missions Baseball, still continuing our series against Wichita. That is fouled in the way. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That one's fouled off and still hanging on. Don't forget Saturday morning, a new episode of Horseback Riding Adventures with yours truly, John Baker and friends. Just love riding horses and absolutely love doing that. Well, that's a strikeout, and that means it's 7th inning stretch time. Wichita leads this one 1-0. So we're about ready to go as first baseman Marcos Castellon leads it off for the bottom of 7 when we come back. It's Wichita 1, San Antonio 0. About ready for the bottom of the seventh inning for San Antonio, right now on the Mission's Best Baseball Network. And you're about to ready to say best baseball in the great state of Texas, right, Bob? Well, I would go to say everywhere in the Texas League. Yeah, that is for sure. Well, we lead off the bottom of the seventh inning. Marcos Castañon, the batter. 1-0 ball game. The Wind Surge from Wichita, Kansas gets the lone run in the top of the fourth inning. Two right-handers coming in. Ozokovic and Stankiewicz coming in for Wichita to warm up, and that's going to be right there and out of play. The count now 1-1. Boy, Wichita has the upper hand. 1-0 Wichita. That is right there. The count now 1-2. Don't forget tomorrow, Military Appreciation Day here at the ballpark. We salute those that serve in uniform. Our military, our police, everybody. Come out, D, and you got your free tickets right there. Marcos Castellon is out. Right fielder Jacob Campbell coming in. 1 for 2, a single. I'll tell you one thing, trying very hard to continue to keep this half inning moving, and they get into the eighth to get something going. Here's the pitch. That one is a high pop-up right there in shallow center. Center fielder makes the grab. There's 2 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Boy, a low-scoring game. 1 run for Wichita. Still a 1-0 ball game for the Surge. Here's the designated hitter, Cole Roederer. And the pitch. That one hit to first. That does it. Inning over. Well, 1, 2, 3 as we go again. And that ends 7 complete innings. 8th inning coming up. Wichita leads it 1-0. So no runs, hits, or errors, or anybody on base for San Antonio as we end this half inning. All right, top half of the eighth inning set to go for Wichita, right now the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Walker Jenkins coming in as, boy, this game has been a roller. That's a swing and a miss, the curveball, and the count now 0-1. Boy, San Antonio here and now needs to get something going. Time is running out. And that's going to be lined right to left. Fabian has it, and that's out number one.
The batter, number one, designated hitter, Dalton Sheffield.
That'll bring up Dalton Sheffield. Sheffield coming, and he's ready to go. And the pitch. High in the air and now to play. And the count now is 0-1. I do believe that we have some final scores coming in, and so far we'll get right to that in just a few moments. Bob will work that. The 0-1. That one hit high in the air, out of play, and the count now 0-2. Now, anyway, we will check our final scores.
Ball.
And that's going to be a pitch clock violation. It's 1-2. And the pitch. That one right there hit the Rojas. He'll throw. He's got him. So 2 up, 2 down.
Shortstop, Danny DeAndrade.
Danny DeAndrade coming up now. 2 for 3 and 2 singles here. Thinking this reminds me of the ball game against Northwest Arkansas. Or even the Frisco Rough Riders. Evidently, there was at some point a ball game that evidently went scoreless like this one, and 2-run shot whacks it over the fence. They're in the bottom of the 9th inning. That was a walk-off home run right there. No balls, 2 strikes to DeAndrade. And that's a swing and a miss, and boy, they get him. And that'll pretty much do it for this half inning. Is over. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on base. And bottom half of the 8th inning set to go. Wichita leads this game by 1-0. Yendry Rojas will try out next. And we are good to go on that one. Well, we need to look up some Texas League scores. Bob, are you coming along?
Yeah, we got 7-2 there in Tulsa. Bottom of the 8th inning was Springfield in the lead, 7-2 against the Tulsa Drillers. Corpus Christi still leads Amarillo 4-2. And boy, they already called it for the Corpus Christi Hooks. Hooks are now 14-26 as they win that game, so that's pretty good. And Amarillo now 18-21. So boy howdy, Corpus Christi gets a W there at Bayfront Park. So anyway, just 4 more ball clubs left to play this evening. Wichita and San Antonio, Springfield and Tulsa still going here this evening. And yeah, so far it is a 1-0 ball game here in San Antonio. Wichita leading it by 1-0. San Antonio down to their final 6 outs, and yeah, they need to do something or else they will lose this game and they won't get to their 20th of the season. And so far, they really need to come in and get something going.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, they really need to get going and get something in this one. Yep, they sure do. Well, anyway, Bob, we are going to go to commercial. We head to the bottom half of the eighth inning, set to go as the San Antonio Mission's about ready to come to bat. All right, we're about ready for the bottom of the eighth inning for San Antonio. Right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. And Yendry Rojas coming in as we're set to go. And we do apologize for long-awaited wait here. And that's a strike inside. It's the count now, 0-1. Two right-handers. Langenberg and Stinky Wiz coming in. They both pitch in the bullpen for Wichita. Here's the pitch. And that's a sharp liner to center, and that's a base hit. Boy, and what San Antonio has to do, tie it up and then win it in the bottom of the ninth. That's all they have to do. Yeah, John, if they could get at least a few of these runs back, that would be marvelous. Yeah, it sure would, Bob. It needs a big home victory after our 6 games in Midland. And Norwillian Cedeno coming in as he's 0 for 2 and 2 groundouts tonight. Trent Baker still in this ball game, and no, they have not come to relieve him out of this broadcast. But so far, he is doing really, really good on the mound for Wichita. And that is a strikeout looking, and that's one up. And they got it going. Boy, a base hit really got something going, and now San Antonio has the go-ahead run coming to the plate. That is Leo Dallas DeVries. And that's a strike inside. It's the count now, 0-1. That's in for a strike. It's 0-2. Boy, it is 9:26 p.m. on this evening, May 20th. Almost middle half of the week. And right there, called third strike. DeVries is down. And San Antonio down to their final 4 outs. Left fielder Albert Fabian coming in. And it looks like we need to take a quick pause. And we're going to take a quick pause. And yes, we will. As that will pretty much... we are having some technical issues. I think that's what we are. Bob, we need to work out some technical issues. Yeah, John, I think we need to. I don't know what's going on. The live stream is getting slow, it looks. Oh, is it? Well, we can fix that. So anyway, 2 away is... Well, we try to get this one back up and running. And let me see if we could get it on my phone and stuff. I think, I don't know what's going on. We could probably refresh and see what that does. Yeah, we are having some technical difficulties with the computer, but we are definitely going to try to get up here. And see what this is all about. And evidently we are still live in our broadcast, so that's a good thing. So that is pretty good. So yeah, Bob, go ahead and do a restart on everything. We are going to go ahead and see if we could try to refresh. I do apologize if we are having little technical issues with our computers, but evidently we will at some point get it back up and running.
But anyway, see what we could do about that. Hopefully everything will straighten out. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and continue this broadcast. And yeah, so far, looks like the internet connection was interrupted. So we will get back on here. I think it just collapsed, and that's why it went off. So we're going to go ahead and get it back on. And it should be connecting in. I do believe it'll be in just a minute. Bob is working on that. I'm also assisting him as well. And we have a Wi-Fi outage. And it looks like it did not connect on that. So we're going to have to... computers these days. Try again on that one Wi-Fi router, Bob. Yeah, we're working on it, and we do apologize for any inconvenience on our live stream. We're having some sort of technical issues. This will force the game into delay a little bit. So anyway, we'll see what we could do. So yeah, I think we are having some issues. But evidently we'll try to get her going once again. So yeah, we are still live in the broadcast, so that is a good thing. If you're just joining in with us, we are the bottom half of the eighth inning. Wichita is still in front of this ball game by 1-0 here. And yeah, the internet it just went down on us all of a sudden, and Bob is working on it right now as we speak. And we probably might just have to do a internet reset or something. But anyway, if Bob could get it, oh yeah, there you go. Very good, Bob. Yeah, thank you, John. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. You know, we got the Wi-Fi back up and running, so Bob is going to do some little refreshings. Try to get our system back up and running. And that way we could catch into the live stream. Well, that's a good thing that Bob is a tech genius. Yeah, I love to be tech genius. Wow, I think you should get a Gold Glove trophy for yourself or a plaque or whatever. Yeah, that would be awesome. As a matter of fact, we're going to put you on the ballot starting tonight. So everybody who wants to vote for my partner Bob here in the booth can absolutely do that as well. But anyway, I got to say, with severe weather is starting to wind down tonight there in Alabama, and boy, I tell you what, it was just one heck of a day as we had thunderstorms and the storms that continued that forward flank on Oklahoma. That was just one heck of a bad day, let me tell you. Yeah, I got to say, John, those thunderstorms have really put a dent in your friend's day, didn't it? Yeah, it sure did. Well, 9:33 at night, and I bet he's listening to the broadcast, and I will say if he is hearing us live here tonight, just be patient. Tomorrow night can't get here any faster. I know it's 10 o'clock when the electricity comes on, but evidently it will be back on. I mean, no problem in that one. But anyway, we're about ready to get something going. Now we're still having a little bit of technical issues trying to get back on the internet and stuff, but Bob can go ahead and reset those. I mean, if he wants to, or I could get it over here. I'm pretty much close to the computer, anyways. But anyway, yeah, we are the bottom half of the eighth inning. So far, two away in this one. So we'll go ahead and get it going. So the next leadoff batter is Albert Fabian. He calls time, and so far pretty good on that. 1-0 Wichita, and that's in for a strike, and the count now 0-1. So pretty good night for the Wichita wind surge. That is inside for a taken cold strike, and it's 0-2. Boy, Fabian trying to get on, and so far it looks pretty good to me if he could get on. And that is called third strike. And he got him right there. So no runs on a hit, no errors, one left on for San Antonio. We head to the top of the ninth inning. Wichita leading 1-0. So we're top of the ninth as Andrew Cassetti leads it off for Wichita when we come back. It's Texas League Baseball on this Tuesday night, and Wichita leads it by 1. Well, we got to give some thanks to our tech wizard, Bob. And so far, he's got everything working nicely again. Bob, thank you for all your hard work. All right?
Yeah, my pleasure there, John.
Well, we lead off the last inning of the ball game. Wichita still leading 1-0 against San Antonio. This game has been scoreless. And I got to tell you, it's starting to get interesting. Well, hopefully San Antonio could come in the bottom half of the ninth inning and try to get a rally started at some point. But anyway, we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, absolutely right. They need something to go, and then this one.
Well, top half of the ninth inning as Andrew Cassetti leads it off for Wichita. Here's the pitch. That one down and outside curveball, and it's the count now 1-0. 9:45 on this evening, and day after the Muskogee tornado. That one is right there. Campbell has it, and that's 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, left
here in the game. Well, that'll bring up the next batter up, and that'll be Kyler Fedko. Fedko coming in, ready to go. Here's the pitch. That's a liner straightaway center, and that is a base hit. All San Antonio needs to do, hold down the lead, get to the bottom of the ninth, tie it up, and then put it a winning run. Get 2 back-to-back home runs, that would win it. Here is Alan Serta, center fielder, 0 for 4 strikeout and a flyout and a ground out for Wichita here tonight. And the pitch. That one high pop up. And that is out of play. And the count now 0-2. No, so far so good in this one. Pretty good. Here's the pitch. Right there, called third strike, is swinging.
The batter, the second baseman, Luke Keishel.
And that'll bring up Luke Keishel. Keishel coming in, ready to go. He hits that one out of play, and that is foul. Keishel is 2 for 4, 2 singles tonight. Now we got to thank Bob for being the tech wizard, and so far he will be on the ballot for best electrician ever. Yeah, thank you, John. I am the guy up here with you in the booth. Yep, for sure. No balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. And that's going to be right there. DeVries will get him short out at second, and that will pretty much do for this half inning. Well, San Antonio has one more time to come up and prove themselves worthy of a win, and we'll get the answers. Bottom of the ninth inning coming up. A new relief arm getting straight out to the bullpen, and we are going to take a second and a break. Wichita leading this game 1-0. Mission's coming to bat, bottom of 9 when we come back. Bottom half of the ninth inning set to go for San Antonio, right now on the Mission's Baseball Network.
Pitching for Wichita,
Well, here is Ty Langenberg.
Ty Lingenberg.
Langenberg coming in as he'll warm up and get ready to shut the door here for Wichita here tonight. And now here is the catcher, Ethan Salas. Salas coming in, ready to go here in this ball game. That one is driven deep to right field. Boy, watch that one go. It is gone. Tie ball game by Ethan Salas. And he got it. That avoids the elimination tonight for the Missions. And now just need one more to come in and win it all for the bundle. Boy, and it does remind me of that homestand against Frisco. The Frisco Rough Riders had the same objective. Keep them off the board, 1-0. And pretty much, they get in there, whack the 2-run shot to right field. Here's center fielder Joshua Mears. And that winning run was a big moment of that. That's right there. And that's a leadoff base hit. And that'll put the winning run on first base. We're tied at 1-1 here, San Antonio and Wichita. And the next batter up is Marcos Castañon. Castañon coming in. Waiting. Here's the pitch. That one is high in the air. And that is out number 1. So Castañon did not get in and try to get something going. Right fielder Jacob Campbell. See what he can do with the bat. Campbell coming in. Here's the pitch to him. He's going to hit that one. And that is out of play. So 2 down. 1 more to do.
Now batting.
And we could have extra innings come in for the Wichita wind surge. Here's Cole Roederer. Boy, trying to get a winning run home. That's all they need. That one is high fly in the air. And that'll go out of play. 1 ball outside the ballpark will make it 0-1 on the strike. And the pitch. And that one's going to be deep. And that's going to get down a base hit. And here comes the run home. And the Missions win it.
And there you go. They celebrate. Win number 20 of the season for San Antonio.
Well, that'll put Wichita down to 22-18. San Antonio now 20 even. And welcome back home, boys, all the way from Midland, Texas.
So pretty good in that one. Well, the final score tonight, 2-1. As San Antonio walks off a couple of home runs and they come back in the bottom of the 9th inning to finish the job. Well, we give you runs, hits, and errors coming up next, and so far going to be a pretty good one as we wrap up the ball game at 9:54 p.m. Well, join us tomorrow night for Military Appreciation Night Wednesday, as Game 2 of our 6-game set will start 7:05. And yes, it looks like
Springfield leading 7-4. They're down to their last inning there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And so far, pretty good on that one. Well, what a way to win this one. The Missions will take the series opener against Wichita in a 2-1 final. So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, John, I got to say, it sure was. And evidently winning. They finally get a W. And so far, pretty good on that. Yeah, I got to say, Bob, absolutely right. There we go. We'll put some more on that page right there. Boy, I nearly got that whole page filled in. And so far, we'll get another page ready to go. And so far, that will be something good. All right, we got our final from Tulsa. Springfield winning 7-4. So the Springfield Cardinals win their 20th. So, boy, I got to say, 2.5 games against 4 ball clubs. That is Wichita, Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, and Springfield. So, pretty good on that. Springfield is 2020, Northwest Arkansas 2020. 2.5 games back of Wichita and Arkansas both, which that is pretty good. Well, anyway, everybody had a night playing baseball, and few teams did the afternoon, but evidently going to be pretty good tomorrow evening. Well, we will have Wednesday afternoon baseball, and yeah, we did forget to mention that we do have Memorial Day coming up. That is after this homestand concludes, Monday, May 26th. So we are off on that day, so that's going to be really good. And you are going to the ranch during this weekend, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to be headed back to the ranch, and we're going to be working out there. And plus, we get some more Season 6 episodes for the season of Horseback Riding Adventures Season 6.
Oh, that's going to sound like fun right there, John.
Yeah, it sure will be. Well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and give you your runs, hits, errors first for the victorious San Antonio Missions. Bottom of the 9th inning, they come across 2 runs and they win it by a run. So 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And boy, they did a phenomenal job. The game was scoreless, though. But for the Wichita Wind Surge, it's 1 run on 11 hits. No errors. Ty Langenberg is the loss for Wichita. Ethan Salas is 2 for 4, a home run, RBI. Omar Cruz getting the win for San Antonio tonight. And he did pretty good. He struck out 3 and had a pretty good evening thus far as a relief pitcher. But anyway, San Antonio winning their 20th of the season. So it's 2020. And Wichita now down 22-18. And boy, pretty good night for us all here in San Antonio, Texas. Well, anyway, it has been a great day thus far, and we're just super excited that we had a great day. It was fun. Well, anyway, we got to look and see who we got in the afternoon tomorrow. It seems to me Corpus Christi and Amarillo will have an afternoon ball game. And so far, pretty good on that. Rest of the ball clubs will start in the evening, except those two ball clubs. So Wednesday morning or afternoon baseball, that is pretty good. Anyway, Thursday night looks really good. Everybody will play in the evening. Evening ball game on Friday night. Saturday, which everybody is in the evening on that day as well. And then we'll have, well, San Antonio and Wichita playing in the afternoon on a Sunday. And then Springfield, Tulsa, Midland, Frisco, Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, and Amarillo and Corpus Christi. They'll all start Sunday evening around 7 o'clock. And that is Memorial Day weekend, which that is the 26th. Anyway, next homestand, well, pretty much San Antonio will head to Arkansas on Tuesday, the 27th. And yeah, so far pretty good on that as well. I do believe missions are back home on Tuesday, June 3rd. We take on Midland, the Rockhounds and San Antonio. That's going to be a pretty good matchup. And yeah, look who's in Frisco. Springfield will be in Frisco on that one. Yeah, I got to say, John, pretty good. You got Springfield in Frisco. You got Arkansas in Corpus Christi. You got Amarillo at Tulsa. So you got 3 South Division teams going up against 3 North Division teams on Tuesday, June 3rd. And Midland will play each other on those days. But anyway, I guess it is what it is. Well, anyway, we thank you guys for tuning in. It's now 2 after 10 o'clock this evening. Thank y'all for joining in, and we'll see y'all again in our next live stream here on MLB Network and the show. And if you want to come on in, you are more than welcome to do so. And let's have a fun evening. So anyway, drive home safely. Our final score, San Antonio 2, Wichita 1. So have a good night, everybody.